Alright, since I only have one issue 1 to review this week, I decided I'm going to do a review on the Superior Spider-Man Annual number 2, because, it's not part of the main, I guess you could say, series, because, I mean, it is, but, it's an annual, so it's not going in with the actual main story. This is a tie-in to the story of Goblin Nation, and, it's actually good. It's a lot better than I was expecting. I was even debating picking it up just because I knew it wasn't Dan Slott writing it, and I just really want to finish Goblin Nation. But this came out this week. Superior Spider-Man comes out next week, I believe, issue 30, and then after that we only have one more issue till Amazing Spider-Man returns. So that's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see how it ends. But anyways, let's get on to this. There's 2 stories in here. By the way, the price tag on this is $4.99, but annuals are always $1 more, so there's that. But yeah, first story, Blood Ties, which centers around Ben Urch, basically trying to save Phil. I believe it's his nephew. Yeah, so first we have him like looking here at a video of Nora Winters basically having an interview talking about how she didn't know that he was the Goblin, and how could she? Because even though they make them completely insane, the Goblin formula makes you insane. They they do a really good job of being able to act sane. But she also goes on to say that she's a loser for dating him because he would be creepy, stalker creepy, and all this stuff, and it kind of that doesn't help the way Ben feels. Anyways, from there we go to him walking down an alley. He's talking to Mary Jane, who's trying to still get everybody out of town at this point. And since Robbie isn't paying too much attention to her, she's contacting him and basically telling him see if he can convince anybody at the Bugle to go into hiding and for him to be careful too. And then we get Phil here basically coming up behind him, telling him that he just wanted to let him know that he's going to be safe, in this attack that's going on in the city. But to try and stay indoors because things are about to get crazy. And it gives Ben hope because the fact is that Phil, cared enough to come out here and tell him, hey, you're not going to be harmed, you'll be good. And he goes to Parker Industries. Apparently there's a report going on that Peter Parker's dead. I don't think that happened in the last issue, any report of that. So I'm guessing that'll happen in the next issue. Probably has to do with the attack at Parker Industries when he was there with Raph. But yeah, we run into, I always forget her name too. I'm not familiar. Names, me, doesn't work. Just happens. But, Carly Cooper is still in here, all in Goblin mode. There is a cure, as you can see here. She has the cure, but she hasn't tested it yet. And Ben basically says, hey, I know it might kill him, but, I'm willing to take the risk and use the formula on Phil. And he goes after Phil, basically, even though I forgot her name. I think it's Sanji or something. She warns him, get Spider-Man's help. Let him know where he's going to be so he can help you. But yeah, he tries to convince Phil and all this stuff happens, and eventually Spider-Man does get involved. There's a pretty cool fight, and things happen. That I know that's very vague, but that's where I'm ending that summarization because I don't want to spoil the rest of that story for you. But it was a good story. It is definitely, the art is all right. It's pretty good. I like it. I would actually mind if this was the regular art, and I wouldn't mind if this was the regular art either. And I actually don't know if it is regular. I could be completely wrong here. It could be the regular artist, but I don't think it is. Anyways, second story, Chasing Ghosts. Raph, I want to say that's her name, so if I'm saying it wrong, my bad. But she wakes up, if you remember, she gets knocked out by, I believe it was Spider-Man. It might have been the robot, actually, but she gets knocked out, I think it was like 2 issues ago. And now she's waking up at Parker Industries and escapes the robot who's trying to, he's trying to, be nice to her, but when she tries to escape, he's kind of like, nah, you ain't leaving here. But, Yeah, it's a short story. She sees Carly the Goblin, but doesn't know it's Carly, and she kind of decides to fight her, and more stuff happens. I know it's vague, but like I said, spoilers. Anyways, the art is good. The ending to this story I liked a lot better than the ending to the last story. I feel like this one actually progresses the storyline, unlike the other one where Spider-Man kind of just shows up, fights Goblin, and there we go with that. This one I feel like it's gonna have a bigger impact. I mean, the last one had a pretty, you know, major thing happen in it. I'm not gonna say what it was, but I feel like this one's gonna be the one that's gonna tie into the next issue more so than anything. Yeah, so they fight, stuff happens, it's cool. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this other than it. It was good. I really did like it. I'm glad I got it. Two great fight scenes. Um, Spider-Man Annual. If you're getting Superior Spider-Man, you might as well get it. It does tie in pretty good. Series is almost over, so it's definitely worth it. Like I said, it ties in. It ties in. Ties in. That's the word. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 just because of that price. But it's the typical price. I just don't like it. I don't have to like it. $4.99 is a little expensive for $1, but you get 2 stories in it, which is cool. I don't know if it's any bigger than a regular comic book. I didn't actually check. I think they are a little bit bigger than regular comic books. But anyways, that's my review for the Superior Spider-Man Annual number 2. Really good. Ties in pretty good. Ties in good. 2 stories. What more can I say? And Spider-Man makes his appearance. Short, but he's in there. Can't wait to read the next issue of Superior Spider-Man next week. But anyways, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, comment if you want, and subscribe because that would be awesome. And until next time, have a good day, night, evening, whatever it is where you are, and I will see you later. Goodbye.